So let me do this. Sorry about that. A little bit of technical difficulty. Our first time doing this, guys. What's up, Internet? This is Jay with Nerd Rage Against the Machine. We're going to try this again. I do apologize for all the latecomers. Wow. Didn't see the button. So, anywho.
Wondered about that, but I didn't say anything.
Yeah, well, tonight we're going to be doing a little bit of Star Trek role-playing, specifically Star Trek Adventure Gaming and the Final Frontier by Michael J. Scott from Heritage Models. So do you guys want to start over, or do you want to keep going?
We can, if you want. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay.
We can keep it short. We can keep it short.
I don't have a preference.
But, all right, so we're going to go back through introductions, and I do apologize. We'll start with, well, let me do this. I'm actually going to pull you guys out for just a second. Okay. And again, folks, I'm very sorry about this. This is literally the first time I've tried to do this, and I didn't realize where the button was for go live. We've been playing this whole time, so again, my humblest of apologies. So let's start fresh. So we're about to play Star Trek, the role-playing game, the adventure What Lies Beneath, based on the Star Trek role-playing game by Heritage Models, designed by Michael Scott. And I'm going to bring in each of the players one at a time so that you can get introduced to them and learn a little bit about them. So we're starting with the guy who is my personal nemesis, the guy that I've known, who's also running games alongside of me. I run RuneQuest one week. He runs Traveler the next. Give it up for Mr. Sean Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm Sean, otherwise known as Fitzy McFitzface. I will be playing Lieutenant Torin Pond. I am from a prominent family on Tellar Prime. My father died during the war against the Romulan Empire in the early days of the Federation. I was raised by my uncle Zorgu, and I am part of a legacy of soldiers and officers on Tellar. My uncle had prompted me to join Starfleet. I am gruff, argumentative, and quick to take a contrary position in an argument, attributes that are stereotypical of Tellarites. I am a soldier who takes my duty seriously, believing that vigilance is the hallmark of duty. I will be your security officer today. I wear a blue shirt, not a red one.
So you should have been wearing red. Nemesis!
No, blue is fine, Nemesis. That's me.
Okay. All righty. And coming up on our screen next is a good friend of mine who I've known for as long as I've lived in Cedar Rapids, pretty much. We used to work at the same place together. We've gamed on and off. He's also playing in both of our campaigns and is less of a nemesis of mine. Give it up for Mr. Greg Lewis. Hey, Greg, how's it going?
Hey there. I'm doing well. Hello, everyone. My name is Greg, and I'll be playing Solek, who is a lieutenant commander. He is a Vulcan. Yep, 20 years. Yeah, there you go, Sean. For the 20 years, and I've got a cutout of Standy, a little Spock here, kind of a reference to help people remember. And so Solek was, came through the Vulcan Science Academy. Originally was not going to be admitted, but then I believe Spock actually did turn down that assignment. So then Solek was able to go through the Vulcan Science Academy. Took a sabbatical to go through the Kolinar with the through that process, and then he made his way into Starfleet, and now is serving upon the Wellington. As many Vulcans, he doesn't display a lot of emotion, shows a lot of calm, and shows a lot of very analytical mind.
So he's a Vulcan's Vulcan.
He's a Vulcan's Vulcan, yep.
Very
Absolutely.
good, very good.
And facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah.
Very true. Now, next up, we're going to introduce the newest player in our group. He has literally played, I think, 5 games. So, again, massive props for him showing up for this live stream. And again, this is chaos, work in progress, guys. I promise it can only get better from here. But anyway, with no further ado, Mr. Carter Burks. How's it going, Carter?
Hey.
You're really dark, man.
I can turn the light on here in a minute. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Good evening, everyone. Happy to be here. I'm playing Lieutenant Var. I am the Andorian helmsman of the Wellington. Always been a bit of a maverick growing up on Andor, known for taking part in some hunting and some ritual combat activities from a young age, always looking to get involved and learn some stuff. And I always like to push the envelope when it comes to flying things, big or small, which is what drew the attention of the Wellington's Captain Kellogg when he recruited me to be the helmsman. Happy to be here.
All right. Happy to have you. Permission to come aboard granted. And last but not least, the last player in our group tonight is a guy who I've known since kindergarten. He's a good friend of mine. He's now living halfway around the world. I don't know what else to say except for, again, kind of one of my best friends, Mr. J.C. Segaga. Jeremy, how's it going?
Am I on the screen?
Yes, you are.
I saw myself last time. I don't see myself this time, but that's okay. Let's see. Yes, correct. I am JC, and I live in Japan, and I've known Jamie for a long, long time. And I'm probably the least versed in Star Trek lore, even though I listened to Jamie talk about it for 45 years. Let's see, and I do know about gaming, but I've probably played less than anybody except Carter. Not that that's a diss. I think it's great you're here. Let's see. My character is Dr. Lydia Carter. My character at least is the female in this crew that we'll be playing today. And I'm an efficient officer who takes my Hippocratic Oath very seriously. I was a POW during the 4 Years' War. At that time, I was an intern on Station K3 when the station was overrun by Klingon shock troopers. During that time, I was tortured and interrogated aggressively. But at that time, I also saved a high-ranking Klingon officer by using the Heimlich maneuver when I saw that he was choking. But the other Klingon guards assumed that I was trying to snap his neck. I have a commendation for bravery under fire during that war. I'm an expert in xenobiology. And I spend as much time learning about the different physiologies of all the races that inhabit the Star Trek universe.
The Federation. And beyond.
Yeah, well, you know. Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay.
All righty.
That's it. And I'm 14 hours ahead of you. That's correct. I'm 14 hours ahead of you. It's 8:35
From
a.m.
the future.
Good morning.
It's
And
Saturday
without
where you
further-
are.
What's that?
It's Saturday where he is.
Exactly.
Yeah, Saturday morning. That's right. And my family sleeps in besides me, so I hope I'm not too loud.
Fair enough. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start the mission. Computer, red alert. Computer, red alert.
Red alert. All hands at battle stations.
It's like we hit the Omega 13.
Our alert klaxon apparently was built by the lowest bidder. Sorry, guys.
Mm.
So
You used Fiverr, eh?
yeah, pretty much. So saying that, we'll go ahead and start the scenario with a quick start. Our captain's log. Captain's log. Start date 5027.3. The Wellington has received a red alert from the USS Shrann, NCC-1816. The ship has suffered a critical warp core breach. Doing long-distance sensor readings on MER-4, an advanced but pre-warp culture that may be close to cracking warp technology. Our mission to K-12 for delivery supplies will be rerouted to assist the Shrann. Thankfully, the K-12 resupply is routine, and the diversion will be no issue for the station. Our bigger concerns are that MER-5 is just within the Organian Treaty Zone, inviting the possibility of Klingon intervention, and that the crew, if they do have to abandon ship to MER-4, is a warm jungle-like planet and not particularly hospitable to the mostly Andorian crew of the Shrann. At that point, the party will basically be on the ship's bridge, seeing the coming out of warp to see the what they have to see, which is basically the planet Amiar 4, and silhouetted against it is the USS Shrann, a Saladin-class destroyer that looks like it has been through hell. I'm going to do a quick camera whip to show the audience a rough guesstimate of what they are seeing. Again, here is the Saladin-class USS Shrann, and here is the Wellington, and obviously Amiar 4. All right. As you get closer, gentlemen, we're going to need to do a sensor read on the ship. So our science officer will need to make a mentality check to gather information about the ship's condition.
Okay. Okay, yeah, definitely made it under the mentality roll.
Perfect.
15 and then roll a 9.
Awesome. So basically what you're seeing here is that the ship is again in very bad condition. Obviously, the warp core seems to have been jettisoned. The nacelle has been ripped from the saucer section. It has not been ejected per se. It has actually been ripped apart. On top of that, there are many holes in the saucer section, denoting where the escape pods have been jettisoned. You can see that most of them appear to be gone, if not all of them. To that end, you also pick up a brief amount of life support. There are life forms on the ship, but power is very minimal.
Captain, I'm picking up some life forms upon the ship. The life support systems are very low right now. The warp core has been ejected already, so there's little danger of the warp core radiation. I've noticed that most of the escape pods have been jettisoned.
Okay, let's form a landing party. Take Lieutenant Torrin Pond, Dr. Keller, and Lieutenant Var with you to the Shrann. I will also be asking our chief engineer, Mr. Winston, to start getting crews of work bees ready to take care of the ship, and we'll tractor beam that nacelle at least closer to the ship so that it doesn't fall planet side. The last thing we need is a warp nacelle landing in a pre-warp culture.
A couple of questions.
Hi, Captain.
Yes.
Have all of the escape pods been jettisoned?
Go ahead and make that sensors check using mentality. Again, 3 dice, equal or under your mentality.
14.
There are a handful.
Failed.
Oh, you failed? Okay.
Yeah, my mentality is 12.
Yep, you can't tell.
Okay. And
I think
can
I
we
do
tell
remember
whether
on
are we able to tell whether the life signs are separated by some kind of structural damage between where they're at and where the escape pods would be? In other words, is there a reason some of these guys haven't gotten to the escape pods yet?
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
Yes, Dr. Keller.
This might be show a lack of knowledge, but do breached warp cores emit radiation harmful to living beings?
Matter antimatter collision. Yeah, it's going to be not good. A warp core breach could effectively, if not blow up a planet, at least mess its ecosystem up to the point of being useless.
It killed Spock.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I did notice it had been jettisoned.
That's it. I've been putting off watching the movies all these years now, and I'm not doing it.
Oh,
hate
I'm
spoilers.
so sorry, JC.
Spoilers. Jamie knows I hate spoilers. Jay knows I hate spoilers. No. Yep. Okay. Yep.
The the communication officer is also trying to get a hold of the crew, but so far hailing frequencies are down. Basically, all they're getting is static.
So any suits that we catastrophics, I assume they also handle excess radiation.
Yes, vac suits
Okay.
would be hostile environment, so they're going to help with radiation. Again, not perfect, but
And
again,
the warp core was jettisoned.
exactly.
It was fired out the back to prevent the
what you're talking about.
exposure.
Actually, let me do this. Solek, go ahead and make me another mentality check for sensors.
Okay, we'll do. Did you say there was a bonus for using the sensors?
Yes, +2 for the sensor system.
Okay, we'll see. Okay.
Oh, well, in that case, I would have succeeded, but that's okay.
Yeah, definitely made it. Yeah.
Okay, so one other thing to point out. You're not seeing any sign of radiation, like massive radiation sources,
Right.
i.e. there is no antimatter radiation, no warp radiation. The core, when it jettisoned, apparently did at least go dormant. It's probably halfway to the moon by now, but again, that's one of those we can go pick it up and then start thinking about putting it back in the ship and setting up so the lithium matrix so that we can antimatter this baby later. But as of right now, the threat of actual radiation seems relatively low.
But the ship's not going anywhere for a long, long time. So.
Not without help of a warp, not without help of tractor beams. No.
Yeah, it might be able
Okay.
to go move on impulse power, but it's not.
Right.
It's not going anywhere fast. Well, let's jump in a shuttle and book it over there and see if we can help.
Okay, so you get down to the shuttles and grab some vac suits, get yourself prepped and ready to go across to the ship.
Repair kits. Dr. Keller's got her med kit, so we should have everything we need.
Agreed.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that Lieutenant Barr will be piloting the ship. I could be wrong, but I'm assuming.
Try to stop me.
I strap in twice.
As you should.
All right. As the ship leaves the hangar bay and begins its journey toward the wounded Shrann, or the damaged USS Shrann, you are coming up on a debris field. You are also flanked by about 6 work bees and 4 other types of shuttles with EVA crews getting ready to do what they have to do. Now,
How is Shrann spelled, may I ask? I always ask relevant questions.
Yep, SHRAAN. Named for a prominent Andorian captain and warrior.
It was sounding kind of Yiddish up until that point, so that's why.
Fair enough. But no, Shrann is actually a character from Enterprise, just as an FYI. So, saying that, Lieutenant Varr, why don't you go ahead and give me a dexterity check for flying through said debris field?
Oh, yeah.
You made it?
Got 7 out of 16.
Okay, so you're ducking and weaving through, chunks of bulkhead, superstructure, and the rest of you get the impression that he could probably make this trip a little smoother if needed, but he's kind of enjoying showing off.
Where's the fun in that?
Well, I didn't say it was fun. I'm just saying, he's getting very close to substructure, and then
I must say your piloting is very illogical.
Strap in, Pointy. You'll be fine.
the ship makes its way easily to the Shrann shuttle bay. As you get close to the shuttle bay, you notice the doors slowly beginning to open. I mean, almost painfully slowly. A little hiss of atmo as they come, as they pull back and then slide open. And what you see is basically a dark tunnel with some very dim running lights. But again, Varr is more than capable to get the ship into the shuttle bay and landed. Running lights on the ship do show, any other potential obstacles in the shuttle bay. Once the ship's landed, a red light above turns green to let you know that the Atmo has recycled in this. These are all protocols of a ship that is not at full capacity. Normally there'd be a force field. They could just open those doors. You could just run right through. The fact that they have to do oxygen cycling is a pretty good telltale sign that power is not where it needs to be. The doors do close, and you are able to disembark the vessel at your leisure.
Open the doors.
All right. Doors pop open, little sub door. You climb out of the shuttle, and as you get out, you begin to see three shapes moving toward you in the darkness. They are not moving with any kind of hostility or sneaky maneuvering. In fact, one of them has begun to wave, and you can, as they get closer, notice the telltale signs of the silhouette of a Federation-style vac suit. The old school baked potato style.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Lieutenant Pond, the Wellington. We're here to render assistance.
Thank you, Lieutenant Pond. Second. I'm Captain Tolek of the Shrann. We definitely appreciate your assistance and thank you for your timely arrival.
Yep.
With me is
Captain Kellogg sends his regards.
Thank you. This is First Officer Winston, our Commander John Winston, and our Chief Engineer Ryar. Basically, 2 Andorians and a human. Our communications officer has suffered minor injuries, and he kind of points, and you can see a guy in the, kind of, like I said, in the fetal position, laying there, looking wounded.
I assume Dr. Keller would go ahead and move to address that.
All righty. Dr. Keller, why don't you go ahead and make me a mentality check? You will get a +5 with the medical tricorder.
Okay.
So whatever your mentality is, add 5 to it.
Yeah, I'm switching to that. Forgot how to switch apps for a second there. I got a 12, and with the 5 added to it or subtracted from it.
So basically, what's your mentality?
My mentality is 13.
So 13, you rolled a 12, and you had a 5 bonus. So technically, you need to get under 18. You golden. They were in vac suits at the time. Looks like he got hit pretty hard, though, by some of the bulkhead when the gravity went out. There's some internal bleeding. Nothing that you feel that you can't fix in triage. Of course, it would obviously be easier in sick bay, but
okay,
we've got other folk to find. Captain, how many more folk do we need to search and rescue for?
If I had to guess, it's around a dozen. Our communication system has been down.
Okay. Are myself, Solek, and Var be familiar with the architecture of this vessel?
Yes. The Salomon class, one thing about the early Federation vessels like this, they are very modular. So
similar layouts.
Yeah. Okay. Other than a few places you're going, it's going to be not too much different than a Constitution class, maybe just a little smaller. So like if a hallway maybe has 12 rooms on a Constitution, it might be like 8 here or 9. And that damn Triple is back.
Little shithead. Well, he just shut himself out of here, so I think I would ask that the captain stay here with the shuttle. We'll take his engineer, Solek, myself, Var. We'll go see if we can find we want to see if we can find survivors and get them directed to the shuttle bay where the lifeboat's waiting. If we need to carry, we can carry. Also want to see what, if any, repairs we can effect to give us a little more time, keep this thing out of orbit, that sort of thing.
Okay. As you begin to move into the ship, the lights start to come on slowly. Impulse is coming back online. Again, it's probably about 30-40% what it should be. Would it
Can we
get
get
the room? Maybe if they're lucky, but the ship itself, I mean, looks like the aftermath of a maybe like a 7 or 8 on the Richter scale earthquake. I mean, you know, books are knocked over, data tapes are everywhere. You know, the mess hall is a literal mess at this point.
As we're walking, I don't mean to jump. I don't mean to jumping rank. Can we get a summary from Tolek about what they know about what happened?
Absolutely.
As
Tolek is more than
Var
happy.
suggested earlier.
Sure. Yeah. Tolek is more than happy to speak with you about this. More or less, they don't really know. They were on a mission here to do a wide sensor sweep to keep a log of the planet. The planet is, as stated in the opening captain's log, this planet is pretty close to probably breaking the warp barrier. It could happen within the next 6 months. So we're here to judge to basically look at the planet, run sensors, and determine whether or not it's worth making first contact, if it's going to be something we should be doing.
So the core breach was just a mechanical failure?
It seems to be a random thing. Yeah, we don't know what happened. It was 1 minute we were fine, then there was a power surge, and then next thing we know, all hell broke loose.
Can we check the sensor logs or anywhere near the bridge?
Once you get closer to the bridge, you may be able to do that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll put Solek on that.
Winston does also tell you, Dr. Keller, just in case it takes a while, he hands you a small package. It's about maybe like the size of one of those old school cassette tape, like caddies that you used to keep in your car, like 5-10 cassettes in it. Those are the data. That's the data that we've extracted from the sensor logs before everything went to hell. This is a pretty fascinating little planet. It went from roughly 1930s era technology, or the equivalent of Earth technology in the 1930s, to where it is now in about a decade. So, I mean, we're I know the Federation is very keen on getting more information on them. Hopefully, the computer core will have the stuff as well. But just in case, I wanted to have you bring this over to the Wellington so that it can be preserved and brought back to Starfleet Command.
All right, let's
go ahead. The three who are in the runaround, yeah, go ahead and each of you make me a mentality check.
8.
9.
Roll a 10, under by 5.
13. So I'm 1 over mine.
Okay. The two of you do see a couple of crewmen who are stuck behind a bulkhead. They were in the ship's rec room area when things went down, and they've been trying to get out, but they're not even wearing full vac suits. They're wearing like the rebreathers. And one thing to point out about,
let's get these guys out of here. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, one thing to also point out about Andorians is that they tire more easily. They don't have a lot of endurance as a species.
No,
they're fast and tough.
Yeah, they'd be tougher if they grew up on Tellar Prime. So let's see if we can get these guys out of here.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm going to have each of you give me a strength check, Solek and Torin, but I'm going to put a penalty of -5.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Damn you, Jamie.
I would still make it. Yeah, I rolled a 6, so I'd still make it even with the penalty.
Yep, I rolled a 12 on the die. My strength is 13.
Okay, so as you
but
are
with -5.
Yeah, I get it. I'm a terrible GM. I know. I get it.
Yeah. sexist too, because the woman didn't even get asked to help. I noticed.
You're in the shuttle bay. We're running around in the corridors.
Really? I didn't. Did I get left in the shuttle bay? I didn't realize.
Yep, we
Yeah.
left you there.
That's why
There
I
you go.
first
See,
thought
same
talking
thing.
to you.
Same issue.
Kind of doing the MASH unit on the triaging people.
Yeah, I guess I already got set up in triage, right?
Yep.
I am joking. Don't worry.
I know. Saying that the superstructure, you're not able to budget, but again, Solek is, and
I loosened it for him.
yeah,
With his
basically.
mighty Vulcan strength.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's but again, it is coming along, which is great.
And I'll go ahead and direct them to the triage center that we set up. Make sure that they can get some oxygen, etc.
Yeah, and they're, like I said, they're gasping. They're, you can tell they're pretty weakened by the situation.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll make it. They're going to be okay. And yeah, but you're going to be able to carry them back, no trouble. The other big thing, of course, is also it's probably a little colder in this part of the ship with the life support being downed.
Yep.
But as power is coming back, it is starting to warm up a little bit. And again, thankfully, Andorians are an Arctic species too. So,
Did I ask the engineer to come with us?
you did.
Okay. Maybe we should head to engineering and see if we can kick the life support in the pants.
Okay. So heading down to
Oh.
engineering.
What's left of engineering?
What's left of engineering. And you can basically, when you get there, you do see, the warp core is completely gone. Like it looks.
There's a
That
big
part-
hole where it was.
Yeah, and it's like a hole with like smoking ruins kind of hole, not just like someone popped it out of place.
Removed.
It's more like, holy crap! They got it just in time before things really went south. Getting in there though, batteries are still up. He'll go ahead and start working. He's like, I think I can get this from here. It's going to take a little time. However, with your crew on the outside, we should be able to start to make this work. I know my way around. If you guys want to leave me here, I'll keep working on this.
Is you need anything else before we take off?
No, but he does pull out his communicator and go, at least the personal ones still work. So,
Okay.
That goes-
Solek, let's see if we can find some other folk. We might want to head to the bridge to see if we can get the helm to respond at all. Not likely, but let's see what we can do with what's up there.
Leave it to me.
Oh, God.
You said under your breath, of course.
Right. Yeah. So we'll continue to. I'll ask Solek to use his tricorder to get us in the to hunt down life forms. We want to make sure they get to triage. Give them any
I have any-
assistance they need.
Do I have anybody assisting me in triage? Somebody
No, man.
from that ship?
You're a freaking rock star. You're Adele,
Yeah.
man.
Just can't lift anything.
actually, Winston is more than happy to help you.
Okay.
Yeah, he sits there and holds IV bags for you.
Yeah, right. Well, that's all I need. That's all I need.
As you are finishing up with this guy, and again, the air is starting to get warmer. The lights are starting to get a little brighter in the shuttle bay. Dr. Keller, you do see Solek and Torin come back with, and Var come back with two other crewmen who look like they're just, most of it's, like I said, fatigue. Maybe some knuckle damage and things from trying too hard to free themselves from their situation, but.
Can I ask Winston some questions while he's holding IV bag?
Yeah, absolutely.
And was anybody killed? Like, no longer.
We
With
lost
us.
at least 3, but again,
a
everything's
crew
happened
of-
so fast.
Out of a crew of.
103.
Okay. They were in the warp. They were near where the
They were
damage
engineering.
happened. engineering. And the number of casualties, roughly. Any serious ones, of course.
I don't know, honestly. I wish I did.
Is there anybody we need to get? And so, not all of the crew is on the ship. Some of the crew jettisoned in the escape pods and is likely on the planet's surface. Prime directive. I'm not. Help me out here, Jamie. In terms of this is a pre-warp society, and they're going to have people falling out of the sky.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a problem. That is a very big potential problem. I mean, again, we just had a planet get showered with aliens. I mean, it may only be 86 people or so, but
there's nothing for it now. It's not like we can,
yeah,
bring in the PR folks at this point. But we've got to get down there and probably rescue our folk.
And nobody, and this wasn't a negligence thing. I don't think the captain's going to get any massive trouble for it. I mean,
No, of course not. He had to do they had to do what they had to do. But right now on that planet, there's a Roswell situation.
Correct.
So there's that.
So we probably couldn't just try to beam them all out.
I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know if the technology exists for us to do that without communicating with them first. I could be mistaken. I'm not lore worthy in that regard. But it's something to consider. Do any of these patients need to be taken to sick bay, Doctor?
Go ahead and make me another mentality check.
I was waiting for that.
I dread the thought of putting them on the shuttle with the maniac in the yellow shirt driving. But
I can fly carefully as needed.
If we need to get these guys to sick bay, let's get that done now.
Okay.
I hope I have the tricorder to help me. If I have the tricorder to help me, then I can give a educated answer.
Yep.
3.
So far, you found a couple that were previously
wounded
enough that you probably need to bring them to a sick bay.
Okay.
The bright side of this is that it's obvious the shields are the last thing the Shrann's worried about at this point, other than maybe inertial dampeners and that type of stuff. So beaming
at least we've got gravity.
Exactly.
Okay. So I asked. I asked a general question to people in the room if this ship isn't in that bad of a situation, right? Apparently, I mean, I don't know.
It could have been
Why
worse.
did everybody? I guess everybody jettisoned because they thought it would be worse than it was. Or?
Right. I mean, it's not great. This ship will probably spend about a month at least in dry dock, but considering, I guess the best way to look at this is my front end is completely messed up. Thank God I have insurance and nobody in the car was really seriously injured. I've got my kid's got a red mark from where the seatbelt hit her, and I got a scar on my temple. But thank God everyone's alive and well. Kind of, is really the atmosphere you're getting from this.
Okay.
Yeah, but the shields are down so they could beam over to the Wellington if they need to.
Correct. I was about to say, the shields are down. There hasn't been much of a need to bring them up. So at least you have the ability to start point-to-point beaming. And yes, except for the 3 people who died, nobody was seriously injured. But the 3 people who died were wearing red shirts, so it's all good. It's all good. So anywho, saying that, the crew is what crew is here again? Some of them are fine, some of them are a little winded, but you'll make it through. They'll make it through. This is not the end of the world.
My thought right now is that the folk that are here right now need to get on the shuttle. We need to get them back over to the Wellington. This thing right now is just floating scrap metal until I can get into dry dock. And then we
And
need
that-
to work. Let's get with the captain in terms of how he wants to manage the issues with our personnel on planet.
Okay. And you do have direct communication to the captain. Just again,
Call him.
pull out the old comm and
Hey, boss man.
Kellogg here.
Hey, Kellogg. The captain. It's Lieutenant Pond. Hey, we're coming back over with 12 souls. Captain is with us on here. We've got about 86 on planet side.
Okay. So there's a sizable amount of the crew is on the planet side. Is that what I'm being told?
That's correct, Captain.
All right. Why don't we do this? Let's. Is there someone over there who can take the shuttle?
Is there?
Not you, Var. I'm the what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys beam over, have the Andorian crew or the crew of the Shrann take the shuttle back here. Those who are not needed on the ship. We'll have you beam over instead, though, and then we're going to beam you back down to the planet and see what you can find. Is that understood?
Understood, Captain. I'll go
All right.
ahead and also I want him to be able to communicate with the captain of the Shrann as well to let him know, captain to captain.
Right. And they will communicate back and forth. And
Yep. All right, man. We're going to beam back over to the Wellington and then beam it down to planet.
okay. And that's
We're an
basically what
away
happened.
team.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
And only one of you is wearing a red uniform.
Which
Was
one?
it the?
Nemesis.
We have to make him.
This shirt is blue.
that.
This shirt is blue. I did this on purpose
Well, too bad I'm red-blue colorblind.
because
say-
I practice the science of security.
I see.
The science of security.
Pull the other one.
Yeah.
So, saying that, you beam over to the ship, and within a few seconds, that tingling sensation leaves you, and you are standing in the transporter room on the Wellington. With Transporter Chief Brody standing there, working the controls.
Yep.
Welcome back, gents.
Yep. This is going to be a pretty. This is just a layover, I'm afraid, man.
Oh, I know. Anything you need to grab before I send you southways?
Maybe a sandwich.
I don't know if there's time for that, but
All right, then let's go.
Do we already have our tricorders and phasers and all that mess? I would
I
assume.
would presume so.
Previous trip.
You
Okay.
probably ditched the vac suits at this point, though, as well,
Okay.
because there's no
Yeah.
point in walking down there in full. Like I said, these are the old school baked potato style, tinfoil
And like
suits.
Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future.
More ostentatious even than that.
Yeah. All right, let's transport.
Our equipment's looking properly 60s science fiction, right?
Exactly.
There on that one. Okay.
Perfect.
So saying that, you as you beam down, I would like everyone to make me a Constitution check.
Okay.
Whew, barely. Nailed it.
10 out of 14.
8 out of
maybe-
8.
By
8
4. Got
I'm
it.
13.
So everybody made it. It sounds like.
Yep.
At least barely. Okay.
So we don't get the bends.
You don't get the bends. I would say though, I mean, even with making it, you definitely do notice the difference in environment.
Higher
From
gravity.
It's
Slightly higher gravity, but more the fact that it's like it's Florida.
tropical rainforest.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot Atlanta.
What's that?
I got you. It's hot Atlanta.
Yeah, it's pretty much like you're drinking the air. It's that
Okay.
muggy.
So I'm probably suffering some.
The other thing, oh yeah, you are especially like, oh Jesus, this sucks.
I tell him to run really fast, recklessly. Because that's the only way he does anything. Recklessly.
The
I'm a
other
man.
thing,
Hey,
sorry.
Is this out of game? You are actually getting people chatting. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching it.
We are in
Nice.
game. Everything's
Um,
running.
You're probably more versed in this kind of thing than I am. So.
No, this is our first time, man.
This is a brand new experiment. In fact, if you notice,
just-
the chat, there's a gentleman by the name of Brendan Haley. He's the guy that suggested this, so you can thank and or blame him as needed.
Yeah.
Say-
I'm glad to
say
see
that
the
again,
participation.
You faded out. Say that again, Jamie.
Mr. Brendan Haley, one of the guys that's in the chat, he was the one that suggested I should try this. So again, you can or blame him
I see.
accordingly. But as I was going to say, when you were transporting, the other thing you notice is that each of you begins to sink a little bit as you materialize. The ground below you is kind of a peaty moss. So like you actually feel yourself getting a little not shrinking, but you're just sinking. Literally, it's like
Into the ground,
What's that?
like in quicksand or swampy swamp.
Swampy swamp, but not quicksand, and it's only a couple of inches at most. I mean,
Yeah,
it is more the.
Am I able to walk to more solid ground? I do that.
This is a Terran type atmosphere, I assume.
It is. It is a Class M planet.
So I keep a good eye on Var because they're from an Arctic planet apparently, Andorian. So I'll keep a good eye on his condition.
Much appreciated, Doc.
Actually, Jeremy, why don't you go ahead and make me a medical check? Another mentality check.
All right. 12. So I passed.
12. You think you might have a concoction? You can give him like a triox compound or something along those lines that might keep help stabilize him a little bit in the environment.
Can I put in a mood stabilizer? That's fine.
They're probably better for everybody.
I suggest.
I'm sure that I'm sure the rest of the crew.
I suggest lithium bicarbonate. Yeah.
Here's some Percocet.
Okay.
Take a Percocet.
I won't tell him about that. I won't tell him about that part. That's out of game. I won't tell him about that.
Fair enough. So basically, Dr. Keller comes over and just gives you the quick hypo spray in the neck.
Well, yeah. I mean, with his permission, of course.
Now I'm gonna go to the Kelvin universe. It really hurts.
That's only if it's for Navaran mud fleas.
I promise there's no nanobots in it. Okay.
All righty. Would you prefer the ivermectin? I guess I should have asked that question.
Yeah, we're going cross politics on this one too. Yeah.
Sorry. You were on. Looks like a small island. You can see like where this PD moss kind of stuff goes to almost like a sandbank and then almost to water. It looks like whoever was running the evacuation looked ahead of time as to like population centers. There doesn't seem to be you're not seeing any massive structures on this island, which is good.
I'll open the communicator and just open it up and just looking for members of the crew of the USS Shrann. So otherwise, we're going to be wandering around all over the planet. We don't know where these guys landed or where they went.
Fair enough.
Am I able to do it in a way that our communications would not be picked up by the native population?
Make me a mentality check there, Captain, or security officer.
11 out of 12.
Okay. You looking over the scanning through the frequencies on your communicator.
Yeah.
You get an idea of what ones they are using and for a baseline of what they're using for what. And there are a few frequency bands that are not being utilized.
Yeah, I'll use the emergency band.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 60s sci-fi, so I don't know if any of this would be digital. It would more likely be analog.
Yeah.
Because it's 60s.
Does that mean I'm wearing one of those little cute little?
Yes, you are. It's a mini skirt, dude.
Short mini
Man, I need to. Okay, now I'm excited. All right, here we go.
This is getting weird.
I pulled down my skirt a little bit, just a little bit lower on my thigh.
It's riding up.
Yeah,
But the female Picard maneuver. Instead of the Picard maneuver being,
Mhm.
this.
Can I go out of game just for a second?
Go ahead.
I remember. If we I promise just to go off game just for a second here. We're talking about Jamie filling me with Star Trek lore for all our lives. He made a point of showing me when, I don't even know what her name was, some female member of the crew was running away from somebody who got a little bit frisky, and just for a bare second you could see her panties under her as her skirt rode up, and he froze it for me right there. I could see that. We're talking the 60s show here. I was impressed. I was definitely impressed. Okay.
I mean, that's how you hook people into Star Trek, really.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I was hooked from that day, so yeah.
Yeoman Rand, and the episode was The Enemy Within.
Yeah.
I remember that episode.
Well, what lies beneath the enemy? Was it really? Seriously?
Yeah, The Enemy Within.
What lies beneath the enemy within? There we go.
So
now
now
at this point, we'll be looking for the crew members and getting them kind of corralled in a single area, so we can get them beamed up to the Wellington.
Fair enough. As you begin to move in directions the communication's giving you, or the communicator's giving you, it's nothing. First off, you're not getting any responses per se.
Okay. Well, we tried, guys. Let's head back up.
Okay.
But you are, if anyone wants to make me a mentality check, you could probably find like where the shuttles or where the pods landed.
Should probably have the helmsman do this since he knows all those trajectory things.
Got it.
Is it less than or equal to or less than?
Equal or less.
12 out of 12.
12 out of 12. Okay. So yeah, they're like northwest. Who did we lose? Oh, we lost VAR.
Yeah, chat says clearly the 86 are 86th and drowned.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. As you
he failed his Wi-Fi check.
He did. We'll give him a couple seconds. There he is. Let me see if I have to. Apparently, I have to bring him back into the fold here. 1 second. Add to stream. There you are.
I pushed the wrong button. That's on me.
This is what happens when you fly too fast, VAR. You crash.
I got no arguments here.
This is virgin territory, guys, and to all those who are viewing this live, it is a live show.
Completely unscripted, in case you couldn't tell.
Exactly. So, you start to head toward the way toward to where the bulk of the ships are, or the pods appear to be. Takes about a half a kilometer's march to get there. And when you get there, you notice that there are several pods, Federation ships. You also see several other pods. Make me a mentality check, Torin Pod.
I don't need to do a mentality check. I know what these are. But I'll roll it anyway so you can tell me. 8 out of 12. These are Klingon pods, aren't they?
They are. In fact, they are green. The outer hull of them is green, which signifies that these are a family ship as opposed to Imperial. Each family has their own ships, and they devote so many of them to the Imperial. So if it's a gray ship, it's Imperial normally, and if it's green, it's probably that local family.
Yeah, for Carter's benefit, this is very similar to the Sword World's politics.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
The Klingon pods appear to have been rusted, though. They've been here a little while. There are also signs of disruptor and or phaser fire around them. You can see laser burns on the hulls of them.
But they look like they've been here a while.
Yeah, at least longer than the pods. Like you can see the Federation pods are, they've got some mud on them, but
so this altercation that we're seeing with these Klingon pods, this happened before our people got here.
Correct.
Is there any damage on the Federation pods?
this was an internal dispute among this Klingon family.
Well, Klingon politics do work a bit like Crusader King, but more offense.
Yeah. Well, and it's not like the natives have the technology to go toe to toe with a bunch of Klingons.
Or do they?
Mhm.
Do I need to make a mentality check to see? No, there's no effing way.
But they were saying how rapidly their technology's been advancing. I'm wondering if they've been knocking ships down and stealing their tech.
This is why we keep you around, Carter. That's really brilliant.
As you say that, from the brush emerges a figure.
Phaser.
Wild-eyed.
Phaser's on stun.
Who's on stun?
You see, basically jumping out of the woods, a lone Klingon soldier brandishing a rusty diktog and appearing to be very haggard and worn down. I mean, we're talking, his beard is scraggly, his eyes are kind of wild looking, not, Gowron wild, but,
Well, I don't think any of us speak Klingon.
He's got the knife out.
Stun first, ask questions
Yep,
later.
stun. Yep, Phaser stun.
Okay. So
I would think as if I was a prisoner of war for 4 years, I might have picked up a bit.
Actually, first thing I'd like
if it comes into use.
Dr. Keller, make me a luck check.
Luck.
Oh.
They do have luck is a that doesn't seem to fit in with Star Trek. Anyway, luck's on there.
You can get a bonus for luck by doing the Kirk rule.
I got exactly a 13 when I have 13.
Especially when she's wearing the miniskirt. You recognize him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Captain Korthon.
You recognize him? He's your former captor?
No, but he is he's relatively well known in these parts. This is, again, the Organian Peace Treaty Zone. You're probably likely to deal. There are certain captains. Well, case in point, James T. Kirk is well known in the Klingon Empire. Not well loved, but well known.
When you're saying Organian, are you talking about like Organa from Naboo?
No, different. The Organian Peace Treaty was from the episode Balance of Terror. In short, it's the Klingon neutral zone. We'll leave it at that.
I got it. I got you, Jamie.
So, now, into the entry of combat, how this works is the order of return is decision, initiation, execution, record keeping. So what that means is before we worry about initiative, you guys give me what you're going to do.
Stun this guy.
Shoot him
So
in the
we know
face
we're going to
with a
attack this
stun.
person.
What was that, Jeremy?
We know we're going to attack this Klingon.
Apparently so. Everyone's pretty much in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Phaser route. Is that what I'm hearing?
This is way before Undiscovered Country.
Yes.
Klingons bad.
Yeah.
Klingon
And,
bad. Okay.
and vice versa, of course.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
no. We're the good guys.
Var?
We're coming to bring freedom and liberate the universe.
Federation. Yeah.
Out of game, I am appreciating all the comments there. You got at least 3 people.
Yeah.
Making
I like
lots
the
of great
participation.
comments.
I do too.
I'm playing. By the way, I'm playing to the crowd. I'm just telling you. I'm hamming it up.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Absolutely.
I'll get
So,
there. I'm not lifting my
Var?
skirt, though.
You are first.
All
More
right.
dignity than that.
So you are roughly, I'm going to say, about 20 meters from the Klingon.
Okay.
Which what weapon are you using?
I've got a phaser 2.
Phaser 2. Are you putting it to stun, disrupt, or dematerialize?
Let's go ahead and stun him for now.
Stun him for now. Good man. Okay. So, what's your dexterity?
16.
16. So you are going to need a 5 or better on a single 6-sided die to hit him.
Oh, all right.
On that hit
Jamie, looking at the reference sheet that you provided to us,
Yes.
can you walk us through how you came to that calculation? If that's
Yeah.
I was about to do that.
okay.
I was just about to do that. So if you look at the hit probability table, you'll see that it has dexterity and then the ranges. Point blank, close, medium. I said 20, so it's within medium, which is 16 to 60 meters. Right?
Yep. And his dexterity is what, 16?
16.
Yep. So if we cross-reference, that's the number 5, and that's how many dice, what he needs to roll or less on a single 6-sided dice.
Okay.
So 5 or less, you said?
5 or less on a single 6-sided
less.
die. You have a pretty good shot at him.
Yeah. Oh, shit. 6.
And he misses.
Var missed.
You went to Starfleet, not the Imperial Stormtrooper School of Accuracy, right?
Well, it's the tropical, atmospheres.
Yes, that's exactly
Blame the heat.
He's still acclimating to the environment.
The
If
jungle.
Andorian
He shot
sweat,
and goes-
maybe,
He shoots and goes, shit, it's hot.
his sweat covered phaser drops out of his hands.
Tell me somebody else was aiming.
Okay, so the next person on our list would actually be Solek. Solek is next in initiative order. And you're just going to try to Pulp Fiction him as well, Solek, or do you have something else in mind?
Can't hear him.
Can't hear you, Greg.
Greg, we can't hear you, buddy.
Okay, sorry, mute button got bumped. Mute button got bumped. Okay, so just go ahead and try to do for a shoot. Turn off my dexterity here. It is, hang on. I have a 17, so it looks like I would need a 5 or less.
5 or less, correct.
All right, try that. I got a 4.
You got a 4. Excellent. Now, with it being in the within the medium range, if we go down to the standard weapons chart, I'm assuming you were doing, was it phaser 1 or phaser 2 that you had?
Phaser 2 is what I have, yeah.
Phaser 2, very good. If you look then for medium damage, it looks like it's the number is 2 for a phaser 2 under stun,
Okay.
which is basically 2d6 is what you're going to need to roll for damage.
Okay. Rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6, so basically you hit the Klingon, and it like now the Klingon does get to go next.
I'm good. We pissed him off.
Is this like Bungo? You just made him mad.
What's his name again? You said I remembered his name.
Kortham.
Korthan?
Kortham. M. As in
Kortham.
Michael.
Just in
All
case he
right.
doesn't die.
Just in case he doesn't die. When you're stunning him, you're not killing him, but still.
Well,
Kortham
that remains to be seen.
Let's see, what is Kortham's dex? Okay. Disruptor is... Okay.
Kortham the Stunning, yes. I'm looking at the chats too. So.
Oh my gosh.
Torin, for some reason, has decided to blast you.
Who?
Who?
Torin Pog, security officer. You are going to take a disruptor hit.
I thought he had a
knife.
He had a Dictog, but he did actually have a disruptor as
After
well.
we shot him, he probably got pissed off.
So he did bring a gun to a gunfight.
You will take a grand total of 8 Constitution.
Okay.
As you feel a burning plasma flame hit you square in the chest.
I'm okay
You may still
with
act
that.
this turn.
So I mean, Dr. Keller's going next in the initiative, so I'm good with
Correct.
getting hit by this. So that's going to take my Constitution down to 5. Does this work similar to Traveler, where if I have to make a Constitution roll, I'm doing that at my new level,
That is correct.
kind of thing? Okay. And we can go through the. All right. I don't have a pencil on me, so I'm at 5.
Fair enough.
Okay.
And so now it is actually Dr. Keller's turn.
Okay. I assume she does combat.
Yeah, you
obviously.
again. You declared combat, so at this point you're not going to be able to switch gears. That's kind of the one thing about this I like is you declare before you do initiative. So therefore you can't just go, oh well, I'm going to heal Torin. It's nope. You had your phaser out ready to blast.
Well, it's obviously he shot at me because of the color of my shirt.
Well, you know that's why in the Next Generation they swapped colors. It was a union rule. The let's see how you bastards like it rule.
Yeah.
So I can't run away and accidentally flash my panties as I'm. Will that distract me at all?
Sorry.
That wouldn't do anything. Okay, all right. Well, I'll shoot in his general direction then. I assume medical officers are allowed to.
Yeah.
I don't really ever remembering Bones carrying a phaser, but
Oh yeah, he
did.
did.
but I do. But I do.
I bet you Bones was a good shot.
Yeah, he was.
He's from Texas, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was from like the Appalachians.
Kentucky, actually.
Nope, he's from Texas.
All right.
Look it up.
Okay, I'll double check.
See, I knew I would be behind. I was.
Yeah, JB, do your own research.
You just guaranteed it. You just guaranteed I'm too behind. I'm the most one behind the lore there, if that actually is true. Everybody's from Texas. Everybody I ever knew was from Dallas, Texas, I swear. Anyway, I wasn't paying that much attention to how you're supposed to roll.
So what's your dexterity, Dr. Keller?
My dexterity is 14.
14. So if you look at the chart, you're at medium range, 20 meters. And so
Okay.
that should be a 4. So you need that or less on a 6-sided die.
Okay, here we go. 5.
So you miss.
This is not going well.
The Andorian and the female. We're just clueless.
So that brings us to Torin Pond, actually, because
Carson's not with us.
Carson is not with us as planned. For those of you in the chat,
I need a 3 or less.
all right.
That is a 3, and because I hit it right on the dot, that's a critical.
Nope, but nice try.
All right, and I roll 2d because I'm immediate range, and I'm using phaser 2 at stun at medium.
Yep, 2 dice.
Four.
4 is what you hit him with?
Yeah,
Glancing blow.
but it's a strong 4.
Yeah. He's still not down. He doesn't look happy.
He gets down, but he gets up again. We ain't ever going to keep him down.
Yeah. It's that pro wrestling, when you punch somebody and they're just like, huh?
Can we bounce him off the ropes? That's always my favorite part.
No, we're screwed.
Part of my action is I can move half my movement. I am going to move into close range.
Okay. So that'll actually bring us back to the top of the round. And so we want to declare before we, and that includes making those actions, Sean. I'll let it happen this time, but just so that you're aware, that's the part of the point of that is you declare.
You declare that as part of your
action.
That's in the declaration or decision. Okay. Okay.
All right, so let's talk about this then. It sounds like the doctor might recognize this Klingon. After we shot him twice, maybe we're trying to talk to him, or are we going to keep trying to take him down?
Do you speak Klingon?
Do I speak Klingon? Do I speak any Klingon?
You dabble?
No.
Maybe you know a little bit of conversational Klingon, like where's the bathroom, and
well, somebody in the chat mentioned a universal translator.
Yeah,
there's where I was going with this.
Yep. That's in the classic series. Always have the universal translators.
The universal translators is embedded in your
I-
communicators.
But
And
what
it's
can I
great
just?
about
Can I can probably yell out. I can probably yell out something before we get to that, right? Pulling them out
Yeah.
might.
Well, you would
I
be able
yell
to do
out.
that on
I
your
probably
on
know
your
how to
initiative.
say. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't shoot him, a doctor. Don't
But
shoot.
I'm a Tellurite, and I've got a duty and vigilance, so I'm shooting stuff.
Not in the face, not in the face.
Not the face. Yeah, not the face. That would be what you would say, I would think.
So my decision phase is to move since I've already moved my half movement the last turn. That's as close as I'm getting. I want to be within close range. I'm
Okay.
shooting. I'm shooting
Mm.
unless he drops his weapons as a result of
Yeah.
Dr. Keller
Fair
talking
enough.
him down. Otherwise,
Well-
I'm shooting him in the face.
Yep. Yep.
He doesn't
'Cause I'm
look to be
Tellurite.
backing down at this point. He might have earlier, but somebody
We-
shot him.
He shot him
And,
twice.
Now
All right, I guess
he,
I'll keep
he
shooting.
looks a little more like, oh, hell no.
So the
Well,
well,
I mean,
later
now-
phase has been
He's
passed.
obviously outnumbered. He obviously knows that we're not trying to kill him.
That doesn't matter to a Klingon.
That's
Okay.
true, and because
Yeah,
he's
it is a good
family,
day to die.
I mean, we
He's
could get one
family.
hell of a ransom for this fucking guy.
Yeah.
I'm just
So
saying.
keep stunning him.
I can incapacitate him first, at least.
So move to
Hell
close
yeah.
range and keep firing.
We'll walk out of here
Okay.
with bank.
All right, so everyone's going to do at least a fire, if not a movement as well. Is that correct?
I believe
Okay.
so. Yeah.
So we're going to Pulp Fiction the Klingon some more, starting with Var.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm moving to close range and I'm shooting again on stun.
Okay, so that brings your chance to hit from medium to close is a 6 or better, or 6 or less. So
Yeah,
So I'll
try
hit
not to
him
roll.
regardless.
Try not to roll higher than 6 on that one die, Carter.
No,
on that one 6-sided die.
4. Got him.
2 hits.
Okay. And a phaser at close range doing stun. Phaser 2?
Yep.
Okay, that is 3 dice, I believe.
Wasn't here, you
For
rat
damage?
bastard. All right, 9.
You actually blow him backward. Like he's
Got it.
Oh, pull back.
flies back about 2-3 feet and collapses in a heap.
Oh man. It was
I
just
don't miss
we
twice.
missed our chance for a Kirk double-legged drop kick.
I look back at Bar and I'm like, that was really reckless, Bar.
Well, there's nothing wrong
Can I
with a double
stun
leg drop
Torin
kick.
now?
I always like the double chop.
I forgot to do the roll when I did my half movement.
No, I'm gonna.
I
give
should
the-
have done that.
I'm gonna give
I
him
look
a
at
double
Dr.
and clobber.
I look at Dr. Keller and I go, fucking ow.
Okay. You
So
have
my
a
turn's
Tellurite
over, yeah?
looking at you angrily with like a massive burn mark across his chest.
I look at her and I say, hey, is it true that chicks dig scars?
Okay. Can we tie this guy up first?
Yeah, let's get that done.
Can we?
And I'll go back up to Captain Douglas Kellogg, Daniel
Kellogg.
Kellogg. I'll call up to Captain Kellogg and I'll let him know, hey, we got high-ranking member of the something family down here. What do you want us to do with him?
There's no response from the communicator.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
God damn it.
Go ahead and everyone make me a luck check.
Oh, I'm really good at that.
Luck check.
Luck, that's where I'm a Viking.
Oh, that's a critical.
You just barely,
Shit.
yeah, I made it by 4. Yep. So I luck 11. I made it by 4.
I needed 13 and got 14, so I've Var's not lucky.
Not very lucky.
9 out of 16.
Okay. Select what'd you get?
I got 7 out of 11.
7 out of 11. And Keller?
Oh, I
I
think
can't hear you. You're muted, Jeremy.
Yeah, my AirPods went out, so I got 11 out of 13.
11 out of 13. So everybody made it except for VAR.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about right.
Maybe we should have him go sit back on the ship and
It's
diagnostic for us.
terrifying. It's terrifying that he flies as reckless as he does, and is no luck whatsoever.
No luck at all. It's all skill.
It's all
Yep,
skill.
there it
There
is.
you go. There you go.
I look at him and I say, "Hey, man, I'd rather be lucky than good."
Any day of the week, brother.
That's
Any
right.
day of the week.
So what happens to me?
The three of you that did make the luck check see the hunting party coming.
Okay.
There are
The
6
hunting party.
reptilian humanoids.
Okay, not Klingons, right? Okay.
Nope, reptilian
Reptilians.
of some kind. Standing about 1.5 meters tall.
Please tell me they look just like the one that had to fight Dr. Christopher Pike in the pilot, in the original Star Trek pilot. Please tell me they look just like that.
Was there a
You know what I'm
reptilian?
talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about, I hope.
You're talking about the Gorn? That was perfect, actually.
No, okay. Right. Well, they can still look like that, can't they? Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't
they're
know. I
not
didn't know
Gorn.
they were already identified species. I didn't know.
Yes, but they're not Gorn. Sorry.
Okay, well, they will be in my mind if that's
Okay.
Sure. Fair enough.
Yeah, unless Jamie's gonna put on a costume and show us what they actually look like. Theater of the mind, man. They can look whatever you want to, Jeremy.
right.
I think they look like they look like the gecko from Geico. That's how I'm picturing. That's how they're in my head.
I actually know what that is. I actually know what that is, even though I've lived here for 25 years. I actually know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's the gecko from the Geico commercials with the accent
Completely
and
John
everything.
Oliver's voice.
Yep, that's what's in my head. Theater of the mind, man.
Fair enough. They seem to be wearing, like basically some sort of tactical BDUs and carrying some form of assault rifle. Whether it's a slug thrower or energy projector, we don't know for sure yet.
And how many are there?
About 6 of them.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I noticed that Lieutenant was in his real world persona could actually get into the comments. I can't figure out how to get in there. Maybe I'm not signed up. Maybe that's why.
Oh, on the
You
YouTube channel?
Yeah, maybe I need to comment on that side. Okay, all right, I got it. That's how you got in there, right? Because I can see the comments in the live chat as well. But that you're commenting on the YouTube side, right? And it shows up here as well.
No, the one on the StreamYard is
Yeah.
a private chat. That no one else is going to see this.
But you did. I saw you commenting back there. Your Fitz
Yep,
face,
I'm
right?
commenting on the actual
using
YouTube.
the logo now. Okay, sorry
Yep.
about that. Okay, because I am appreciating people commenting. I just can't comment back. So couldn't comment back. Thank you.
Fair enough. The party comes up and looks at the group of you. Oh, we keep losing VAR. There he is.
Mm-hmm.
He failed his luck roll again.
Indeed.
JC, I gave them a little love on your behalf.
No, thank you.
The party of hunters comes up. You found another one. You found, and then the next one in line says another one.
Oh, they've got some kind of hive mind shit going on, guys.
I don't love that.
They know all that the alls know.
The third one in line says their kind was always. Then the fourth one, quite problematic. Going back to the first one, but you represent an interesting variety. I'm going to have everyone make me a mentality check.
Okay.
Oof. 11 out of 12. just
Uh,
9 out of 12.
9 out of 12.
12 out of 15. Yeah,
12 out of 15. And
Yeah.
Doctor?
I think what was it? What was it? Mentality? No, I failed.
Mentality, correct.
15. I failed.
You failed. Wow.
15.
So the rest of you all notice that they have like a ridged spine.
Hmm.
And there's something that looks like it's organic, but it's not like it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's like a spore or something like right on their spine.
Ooh.
mind control? Question mark.
We also know that their brains are probably in their heads too. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Their brains are still in their heads, yes, as far as we know.
Got it.
Okay. So this civilization was visited by an intelligence that has effectively taken over control of their minds via some kind of parasite or artificial selection rather than natural selection. So the lizards that we're seeing are simply a host for that
A larger
intelligence.
kind of hive mind thing.
Something like that, yes.
Interesting.
And at this point, I'm going to. Sorry, I hate to cut you off there. I'm going to very quickly run to the restroom. We're going to take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Kind of give everyone a chance to, this is the cliffhanger. Dun, 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 dun. And we'll take a 5-minute break and come back fresh.
Hey, guys in the chat, guys watching, I just want to let you know the chat that you're seeing here. If you want to help us out, please enjoy these following commercial advertisements, and we'll see you on the other side of the break.
Yeah, okay. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Yep.
Okay.
This
5
episode
minutes.
brought to you by Laramie Cigarettes.
Okay.
Well, I hope everyone's having fun so far. Of course, I have to cough all of a sudden.
like, man, that's blurry. And wait for it to focus.
And there's Dr. Keller back. Hey, Dr. Keller.
I came in back to a different user. I didn't want to use my other user was, I don't know.
Fair enough.
Hey, you might want to mention, since we do have people following, that I think it's pretty cool you're using a 1978 version of the RPG, and it looks like it's kind of at least D&D inspired by it's basically doing three-sided die against a.
Actually, it's kind of funny. I did a review on this earlier on my channel. It is still up there for anyone who wants to see it. A couple things about this. This was the second or third licensed RPG ever. The first was Flash Gordon and the Warriors of Mongo by FGU. And then Jared came out with both this and John Carter at the same time. So you could call this the second or you can call it the third, your choice. But this was 4 years after D&D would have been released. Scarier than that is that then after that, Dallas, in 1980, Dallas would get an RPG. And it would be another 7 years before Star Wars would get one.
I shot JR.
Fair enough. The FASA game is also pretty good.
No,
that is
your
probably the
would've
most
failed.
popular version of the game, at least from the early stuff. Like for most people, FASA was the first Star Trek game they remember.
I like the Modiphius version, but we did a lot of Modiphius.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think the Modiphius is probably the best version in my humble opinion.
Mechanically speaking.
What's that?
Mechanically speaking.
Mechanically speaking. But there is something fun about the charm of the 1970s and playing it in that 1970s style. Yes, the mechanics are a little strange, like the whole using 3d6 for some things and then using a d6 for others. But hey, it is a lot of fun, and so far it looks like we're having fun with it. Mm-hmm. So with that in mind, I think we're all back now. Everyone ready to get into this?
Yep.
All right. So the party the party of reptilians has yet to actually make a threatening move per se. They do have their weapons. And they have made comment about the fact that it's fascinating. One of them does say something about the blue ones, however, don't last very long.
Oh, crap.
Especially this blue one.
So can we
print? So,
we tried shooting first. Maybe we talk to these people.
Well, that's up to you guys. Better figure something out.
That would be most logical.
Could always shoot next.
Yeah. To quote what Sean said the other night, this is the part where we role play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to role play my Tellurite by. I'm going to brandish the phaser, but I'm not going to shoot right away. I'm not sure what their intentions are, but based on what I'm hearing, I fear for my Andorian friend. And along those same lines, I fear for the rest of us, because if they're doing experiments or weird shit, I fear for my Andorian. I don't want any part of that.
That's fair. That's fair. So you're brandishing your phaser.
Yep.
Are you saying anything with that, or just?
We come in peace, shoot to kill, shoot to kill, shoot to kill.
You come in peace, shoot to kill.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I mean, I this is another one of those kind of Kobayashi Maru scenarios, and this is my fault. I don't know how else to get out of this. We can't reach the Wellington.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a Klingon prisoner. We're here trying to recover 86 individuals. At this point, I have to worry about the concerns of those individuals. If this intelligence has tried to insinuate itself into those individuals, that's a real problem. I think we need to find out who what this intelligence is, and it needs to understand that we're not here for its experimentation. We're not here for its manipulation. And if that has to be done by force, so be it. That's my view. Solek, what do you think?
Yes, we need to somehow communicate about, communicate this. We
All right.
seem
Well,
like we-
make what they're talking then.
No, it's okay.
We're talking then.
I don't know exactly how to put it. We come in peace.
We're
I think
from
we
the
said that.
Federation.
We all
We're
like to
crew
kill,
members.
but-
Yeah, if this is a higher intelligence that's infected these lizards, maybe you can debate them, and then we can name this. We can name this episode "Solek destroys alien intelligence."
Philip owns the alien intelligence.
Basically,
We're all looking at you, Solek.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm not sure exactly how to communicate. We are not here to start a war. We are here to rescue crewmen.
the crew.
The crew, yes. We're here to rescue the crew.
The blue beings who fell in these pods.
That is
They
true.
were not suitable for our needs.
Oh, they did.
No, they are not dead. That's like another one speaks that.
Yeah. They're just sleeping. They're resting their eyes.
They're in our containment.
Okay.
My guess is they probably don't have those little pods in the back of their necks then.
They probably wouldn't take. That's what they're saying. They weren't
That's
suitable
what I'm
for their
saying. That's what I
needs.
think they're saying. Yeah.
Maybe our intelligence is too high for it to get a hold, whereas with the lizards, and maybe I'm being completely racist here towards lizard people.
Towards lizard people.
You know, it's the way the bumps are on their head.
Mm-hmm.
The copper-skinned ones were too violent.
Oh, so they couldn't do the Klingons either. They weren't compliant enough.
Yes, that is their nature. That is why you may have noticed we've had to subdue one of them.
Oh shit! I just figured out what we have to do.
What's that?
I have to give myself to V'ger. I'm wearing the red shirt. I have to submit myself to the will of the
You're gonna become a
alien
pod
intelligence, so that everyone else can survive and sing tales of my bravery.
I was going to volunteer you anyway, just about.
I thought maybe like Kirk, you would hoping that there was actually a queen that was in charge of these people, and you were going to try to seduce her.
Yeah.
There it is.
At that point,
There
it
it is.
becomes like this. Bow, 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 bow.
So, Jeremy, JC, I just have to ask one question.
Mm,
Are you implying that they should follow the Lydia-shaped blur?
yes.
Fair enough. So, saying that, they go, the hairy one, the dark-haired one, and the curvy one might be useful. And they throw a packet in the air.
A packet?
Yeah, looks like a little like a ball of spores.
Is it still in the air?
Actually, I'm going to need each of you to make me a mentality check.
You were getting ready to say Constitution. I was like, man, I'm so fucked.
I figured you'd take
Made
one.
it. All right.
Oh my
10 out
god.
of 12. Boy.
I got
Look at
10
that.
out of-
Sean?
I got an
On a
8. So I-
3D, I rolled like 3 1s,
Nice.
trying to get the camera to
Nice.
show it.
Yeah.
I got 10 out of 12 here. I'm good.
I mean,
Okay.
if I'm going out in a blaze of glory with a 3.
Okay.
It's like when I roll damage.
Yeah, you roll 3 in damage as well. Too bad it's a system that requires high numbers. What did you roll, Dr. Keller?
I rolled a 9, so and my mentality you said is 13.
Mhm.
So
13. And I'm presuming you made it as well, Solak.
Yeah, 13 out of 15.
Okay. Here's what each of you experiences. You get basically a complete psychic profile. This thing hitting you, like almost like a download.
Come again?
This is like a forced mind meld.
Mm.
So you're starting to get the idea behind this creature. However, it almost immediately breaks off with you, Torin. Like it's like for just a second you start seeing, this creature's origin. It was coming to this planet, and then it goes, God, no, enough!
Do I have an opportunity to pursue that? To kind of to fight to keep
Latch
it so
on.
that I can
Ooh, I'm gonna have you make another a luck check. Actually, I think at this point.
Luck's my thing. Oh man, I got 12. 16. My luck is
Nice.
16, dude.
All right. I got a lot of references here. I'm not looking at your character sheet. That's why I'm
Nope, that's
trusting.
fine. I'm just I'm trying to build suspense, Jamie.
There you go. Okay.
It's
Suspense
about
built.
the theatrics.
Suspense built. My apologies.
Not a problem.
So saying that, you are able to pull a little more from it, but you can feel that its consciousness hit yours like a hammer.
Would be the first time.
That's a lot of it. It's basically like you on any game night when I start discussing something, you're like, "What's Star Trek?" Shut the. It's that kind of the creature's brain is literally like, no, you're going the wrong way. It's very much.
What I want to do is I want to fight it, and I want to try and take it over.
That's not going to happen.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how I can turn this in our favor. I want to punch it in the head, hammer with the hammer back, kind of thing.
And my point is, you kind of are. The nature of Tellarites alone is rough, and with that contrary mentality, a hive mind is going to have problems with like, do this. Nah, I don't want to.
Yeah. I want it to I want to push the thought to it that it is way out of its league, that we are the destroyer of worlds.
Okay.
And its absolute existence is in grave danger.
While that psychic battle is going on, Solak.
Yes.
You
There's
as a
blood
Vulcan
dripping out of my nose.
who has psychic abilities.
Yep.
You're getting a lot of information from this thing. It
Okay.
is it's from a different galaxy. It crash landed here about a decade ago.
About
It
the
has
same
been
time that they had the
Massive tech jump.
Yep.
Right.
It has been since trying to uplift this species as quickly as possible to get itself off world.
Mm.
It is called communion. That's what it calls itself.
Body of Christ.
Yeah. And communion is trying to get home, and it needs a life form to host to be its arms, its eyes and ears, its arms and legs. You're able to get this, but with your roll, your Vulcan mind shielding is enough to keep it at bay. The spores aren't taking on you. Var, you're almost like a light version of what Torin goes through.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely does hit, But again, it already knows that Andorians have their limits, so it probably wasn't trying as hard either.
Not only that, but if he tries to take you as a passenger to take him to another planet, God only knows if he's going to get there in one piece.
He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it.
Well, I mean, look, if you're going to hijack a car, why are you hijacking the Yugo?
Yeah, take the
I'm
Ferrari,
just-
man.
Yeah, I am the Ferrari. Come on now.
No, you're the powder blue Nissan Stanza. I'm sorry.
What it is.
Right.
Dr. Keller, you're the one who's probably the hardest hit by this. Again, you're getting most of the same information. However, you're
I'll sit down then.
What's that?
I'll sit down then.
Okay.
Do you cross your legs?
Yeah, definitely cross my legs.
Okay,
Sit
okay.
down and cross my legs.
Applesauce. However, your years of resisting torture have kind of built a wall. So you are able to hold off as well. And the spores are not taking hold. The one thing that you get, Solek, through all this is, though, that it has caused several warp core breaches. And the only reason that the Wellington hasn't been affected is it isn't quite close enough yet.
He's going to have to pay a hefty fine. Do you know how much money those warp core breaches cost the Federation?
Oh my God.
I mean, someone's got to pay for that shit.
Oh yeah, I mean,
There's no money in the Federation.
That's true.
There's no crying in baseball.
No, actually,
Yay,
at
socialism.
At this point, there is still money in the Federation. In 100 years or so, Kirk had often been said, "Scotty, you've earned your pay." That was a change that TNG made. So yes. At
Yeah,
this
but
point,
we're all union, right?
yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Okay. I'm good with that then.
you're getting paid well. I mean, it's not like, this isn't a minimum wage job.
And the health benefits are fantastic. We have Dr. Keller.
Exactly. And her skirt.
Sitting down trying to fight off an alien intelligence. Wondering whether she renewed her union membership or not.
Did I leave the stove
Right.
on?
So
Saying that the spores are not taking place, we may start another round of combat if you wish.
So I'm a skilled
We can fight
hand-to-hand
spores?
guy. Can I chop one of these spores off the back of this guy's neck? See if he comes back too.
You want to try a hand-to-hand attack on somebody?
Hell
The
yeah.
I think the least incapacitated person should probably try to, get one of these off.
Well, he's-
So, as
Yeah, but
part
I'm
of
a
this
skilled
combat,
combatant.
if we're going to do combat, Jamie,
Yes, sir.
what I would like to do is use the mental connection I have with this intelligence to try and distract it by continuing to hammer away at it with my Tellurite contrarianism to the point where I'm giving some kind of boon or advantage to my comrades who are trying to liberate the Geico lizards from this thing.
Okay.
So
Duly noted.
Oh.
So let's start with
So I've got my
declaration.
I was going to have a question here. Oh. I don't know if we're going to go to combat or not. I don't. I had a theory that if these things have got these little things on their necks that are communicating or whatever, is there some sort of field of a radio frequency I can pick up that maybe I could disrupt? Is there some way to do that? Find that out with a tricorder.
Mentality check. Go for it.
Okay, sure.
very
Go
Vulcan.
Gadget Vulcan man.
Okay.
I just want to hit somebody.
That's
Roll
just
under by
reckless.
3. So under by 3.
Maverick.
Under by 3.
Under by 3. Yeah. Yeah. I made the roll.
Actually, they've been taking advantage of the planet's dense ozone layer.
Okay.
It's kind of a murky planet, not a lot of sunlight.
Mm-hmm. Right.
However, a flash from the tricorder does seem to give a photoelectric response.
Okay.
You hit the button, spin the tricorder.
It's like
All
a fucking
school.
Polaroid going off.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
It's a
Well,
Polaroid.
like
It's
an
a
EMP,
60.
something like a EMP pulse or something that maybe kind of at least even just disrupt their the.
It
connection
sounds like
to-
it's light sensitive.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a. We're going to consider this an attack a little differently.
Okay.
You are in close range. What's your dexterity?
All right. You said do it with the dexterity and.
What is your dexterity?
Oh yeah, my dexterity is 17.
17. So that's
Yeah.
going to be a 6 or less to hit.
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough to 6-sided die. So 3.
Well, it's only one 6-sided die, so
Yep. I rolled a 3.
you hit the Amirian that you hit, or the group of Amirians you hit about 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Shriek in just absolute pain
Oh.
as you see the thing starting to blacken.
Mm-hmm.
And one second here.
Yeah, my idea was I was just trying to cut off the alien entity's control of these things.
Yeah, they are down. The other 3
Oh.
are blasters up, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm trying to cut one of these things off.
Mm.
So if we start a combat round now, declarations for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
What
gonna.
exactly does that mean? Declarations?
Am I already in close range?
You are in close range.
All right, then I'm doing hand-to-hand combat.
Hand to hand. Oh boy,
Oh, yeah.
this will be fun.
I'm pulling out my
Yeah.
Ushan, my Andorian ice blade, and I'm going after one of the.
Hand to neck.
Yeah, so am I within close range?
Yes.
I will perform range combat.
Okay. So everyone, you're going to hand, you said, Sean?
Range combat.
Oh, range combat short. Okay, got it. Okay, so Var, you are actually first. As Solek has kind of gone, I would say.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, that was my move.
Penguin, I lost y'all. I can't hear y'all.
Nothing
Okay.
at all.
Can you hear me?
We can hear
you.
Okay.
You can hear you.
I can't hear y'all.
Drop off and then reconnect.
Hopefully, you got my message in private. But, Tommy, can you hear
There
me?
it goes.
Who reference?
See me, hear me.
An IT crowd
Touch
reference I've
me.
never heard before,
No, never.
especially working in IT.
Nope.
Ah, okay, I can hear you now.
Ever
All
since
right.
I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From
Love it.
Soho
All right.
to Brighton, I must have played them
Yeah.
all.
All right.
It's nothing like him in any amusement park. Amusement
Amusement
hall.
hall.
That dumb and blind kid
Sure
Sure
plays
plays
a
a
mean.
mean
Sure
pinball.
plays a me pinball.
just plays when I
So
sense a smell.
Var,
Okay.
JC,
now
I
that
love
we're
it.
done with-
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah.
now that we're done with the fillet of the Who, you want to go ahead and make your shot.
We're
Or your
definitely
attack.
going to get Tommy role playing next time, I think.
What am I
There
rolling
you
now?
go. So what you're going to do is your attack is going to be. You should see an attack bonus at the bottom of the screen where it says
Yeah.
attack bonus.
15.
There's a 6. You're going to roll a d6 and add 15 to it.
Okay. D6 add 15. So 4, so 19.
19. 19 minus 11 is 10, which is the same as their constitution. Basically, you sliced one in half.
You nailed it.
Nailed
You
it.
mean sliced one of the guys or sliced a pod in half? Which one?
The pod. I was aiming for the pod.
Okay.
You're aiming for the pod. Yeah, if you're aiming for the pod, then it's gone.
Okay, I was not.
And
I
then
wasn't
on
trying to
through
cut
the neck,
lizard
right?
in half.
On through the neck, of course, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. We've got Dr. Keller. She can patch him up.
Put them back together.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Stitch him back together. It's okay.
Am I still sitting down?
I'm sorry. Are you dead? Just take this pill. Give it a little bit. You'll be fine.
Yep.
That's completely curable now. Yes. Technically, then, yes, you are Dr. Keller. You are still in a sitting position.
Yeah, if I was, I guess I have to stand up. I actually saw that was part of the combat. If I did say I sat down, then I have to stand up first. Where
All
was
right.
that?
So you're standing up this turn.
Yeah, and I think I can stand up and then I have half a turn or something like that.
You still may make a hand-to-hand or range attack.
Okay, I'll do a hand-to-hand. Am I close enough to do hand-to-hand?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have any weapon besides a phaser?
Nope. Just your left and right hand.
Well, I'll karate. I'm left-handed. My character is left-handed as well as me, so
Are you going for the Kirk chop? Is that what you're doing, Jer?
I am. I'm gonna try to stun one of these pods with a karate chop.
Well, come on. I wanted to see
Okay.
you do the flying double leg kick.
You're gonna stun the pod with the
Keller?
karate chop.
Go ahead and roll me a d6 and add 5 to it. That's what your bonus is.
Let me see. I accidentally closed all my PDFs. I only have Lydia open. I have hand-to-hand +1. +1.
If you look at the,
Wait.
yeah, and that's all. So if you look at
Hand-to-hand
the
+1 and then +1 to hand-to-hand.
look at the rules reference though, and it should say hand-to-hand bonus at the bottom.
Yeah, that file closed. I don't have it open right now.
Okay, so I'm telling you, it's a 5.
Okay.
So take 5, add d6 to it.
3.
3. You do no damage
Yeah.
Shocking.
because the creature's attack bonus.
No,
is,
it wasn't shocking. Obviously, it wasn't shocking at all.
The creature's default defense bonus is 6, and it rolled a 2, which is also an 8. The damage is literally the difference between A and B.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, you didn't do any damage. That brings us to Torin's phase.
There we go.
I am going to dematerialize one of the pods.
Okay. Pod is going. You're going to fire at the pod of the person, not the person itself.
Correct.
You're going for
and my dexterity is 10, so it's 4 or less.
Yep.
That's a 1. That's a crit.
That's
Oh,
a
wow.
crit. Okay. And for close range, you're looking at 4 dice anyway.
For dematerialize that close, it's 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3. You're right.
$12.
12. It's gone. And
It turns kind of white and then just
yeah,
Christmas lights.
actually no, it actually does the whole flash. If you remember in the show, like whenever something would just disappear, like
Yeah.
ding.
It does like a flash and then nothing.
Yeah.
Is that all of them? Or is
What
there one
it
left?
does is it actually creates an artificial miniature black hole or supernova. That's it.
Nice.
My bad,
So there's
guys.
one left.
Sec. Yep, there's one left.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah,
after I shoot it, I do a Charlie's Angels pose.
Classy.
And that brings us back to the top of the rank, which would be
So me.
Solek or
All right,
Var.
I'm feeling lucky on hand.
Var's
I'm
ahead,
taking
I
out the
think.
other one.
Easy on them this time.
All right.
I think Var
You're
would be the
gonna
type to do the drop kick.
All right, no, it's one die.
One
Okay,
dice. Add your
and
attack bonus that's on
plus
the rules reference.
5, so 20.
I rolled a 1.
Which
The
is a
thing
difference
goes
of 19.
Yeah, difference of 19. So if
I
you were
think I got
attacking
him.
the creature, yeah, this was an insta kill.
Yeah. You killed it and its grandkids.
But only the pod, right?
I was even
The pod
looking.
goes-
It was one of those. We're just.
The pod goes a-flying, and you now have a group of 6 unconscious lizards here.
You hit it. You hit him. He died, laid eggs. The eggs hatched, and those fucking things died too.
Yep.
All right. So now we
You
have.
murderous, reckless shithead.
So we have.
No, we got one of the pods off. We can analyze it now, though, right?
We have 6
Yeah, I
unconscious
believe so,
lizards
yeah.
and 1 unconscious Klingon.
We can study the pod, yes.
At least the ones that I took care of, Mr. Dematerialized.
Yeah. I was getting pissed. So Solek,
Okay.
if you want to grab up one of these pods, make sure
Yes.
you're wearing your gloves
Right.
and put it in one of those plastic containers with the top and the thing and the
Sure.
Which you happen to have with you, of course.
yeah,
Okay.
of
Of
course.
course.
Something the
Totally.
ship's
Well,
locker.
Mentality check, Solek or Dr. Keller, who
sure.
you're also researching.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So it's under, under by 7.
Under by 7. This
Yeah.
is basically a biological antenna.
Fascinating.
The
Like a
entity is on the
Wi-Fi.
planet somewhere,
Mhm.
Wi-Fi didn't
And-
exist. Star Trek in the 1960s.
and
Yep.
it also uses a rudimentary form of cellular technology in which
Is
This
it
is
5G?
cool.
It's 5G. It's fucking 5G.
Ultra wideband.
Wi-Fi messes up with everybody.
That's how the government knows what you're doing.
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
which proximity of the species matters. In other words,
Mhm.
if you'd have pulled one of these things off the planet, it might have been out of range and it started to act normally after a while.
Okay.
It didn't have any bars.
Can we?
Yeah, basically.
Can we trace this back to the origin?
You can,
That's
using
what
the
I was going to ask.
tricorder
Yeah.
and the mentality check, you could easily track this thing back.
That needs to be a science officer. I am not
Yeah,
feeling
go ahead.
so confident in my tricorder skills.
Sometimes you might be surprised yourself, but sure, I'll roll. 9 under by 6.
It's about
Yeah, you
half a continent away.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
However, you think you might be able to jury rig a communicator
Okay.
to cut through the interference and get those coordinates to the ship.
Okay.
So we can
Maybe
nuke
get
it from
I'll
orbit.
do that.
Okay. This will most likely ruin the communicator.
Okay.
It's kind of like
We've
a
got
burst.
plenty back. We got plenty back on the ship.
Okay.
Right, but there's only like what we got 4 with us, so yeah.
Well, and there's like a whole
But-
closet back on the ship. It's just full
Yeah.
of fucking
But
communicators.
I can, I'd be willing to risk.
But we
it.
can't contact the ship.
Well,
Well,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
think
Is it?
there's some interference from the entity that is preventing our communication off planet.
Correct.
Once we resolve the issues with this thing, we can
Mhm.
get back to the ship and get more communicators.
So it'll be a mentality -2.
Okay.
Can I
All right.
assist with that in any way?
Not really. No.
Okay.
Oh my God! I actually blew one. Actually blew a roll.
You blew the roll.
Yep, I did. I rolled even over without the penalty.
Can I
Oh,
now
the-
roll as the security officer and my understanding of network security?
I will allow it, but 1 second. The communicator that you have basically blows up in your hand.
Please, he was wearing gloves. He was wearing gloves.
Yeah, it
Remember?
was.
That's
It
true.
doesn't do any damage, but it's just this thing is no longer under warranty.
Smoking rack.
It's end of life.
And I know that these old communicators are total crap because the new 5G ones are way better. So if you could just give me a new 5G one, that would be great.
Right.
5G is the devil.
So we're down 1 communicator.
You're down
How
one
many-
communicator. You want to try it, Torin?
I did 10 out of 12.
Okay, you are able to burst a signal. Your communicator also goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And it hits me in the chest and I explode.
However,
We're down to 2 communicators.
in a few moments, you all feel the familiar sensation of being beamed. Along,
You ever notice in the old classic TV series when Enterprise went to a planet, everything was all within walking distance?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we're definitely going out of continuity here. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, we are.
hey, you got to take advantage of the news, guys.
Am I to understand then that we're back on the Wellington?
You're back on the Wellington.
Were we
Okay.
able to beam up the 86 other passengers?
Not yet. Chief
Okay.
Bryce is standing there going, we got your signal. We're able to get you.
Did we take the Klingon and the lizards?
No, just you guys.
We got to go back.
Solek is holding the pod, right, in his little jar,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes, I am.
Leave that here. We need to go back. Now that we've established our connection back with the ship, let's go get the Klingon. Let's get
Get
the
more
lizard.
communicators.
Yeah,
Sean?
I go to the closet and throw one to Solek, grab one. Let's go.
Hey,
I'm
Sean.
sure Captain Kellogg has something to say, though, I'm sure.
Actually, you might want to let the captain know what the science officers found
Yes.
about.
We do
Because he might
that.
be able to wave the planet.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep away from the planet, otherwise you'll get the warp core will be destroyed on our ship. And don't
with
let
the
that little pot out of that jar, otherwise it'll take over the whole ship probably.
Good
Agreed.
point.
With the
And so you're
information,
the
you were able.
Is the pod like moving in any way, or is it like jittering like a triple, or is it just sitting there?
No.
Is this the one you stunned, or the one that I cut in half?
The one you
It's
cut
definitely
down.
the one that I karate chopped. It's the one that I karate chopped for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right.
Now, with the information you were able to give the captain,
Okay.
he's able. The crew is able to devise a plan to stop the alien. In short, they send a shuttle down, hit the planet with the photonic radiation
Mm-hmm.
that damages the antennas, and then beam the creature out while it's dazed. So, you guys did the good job. You did the right stuff. Commendations all around for a mission well done.
Nice.
Nice.
Duty.
Whilst
Duty.
Duty.
Whilst the Amirians are still recovering, you are able to beam out the Andorian survivors undercover. The captain in a debrief will explain that the biggest concern is that, yes, this is a pretty massive breach of the Prime Directive. Their biggest concern is just how this is going to affect the species. However, as this communion creature was clearly the catalyst of the Prime Directive breach, you're all in the clear, obviously, as is the Shrann.
Don't we have?
But-
Can't we just use one of those things that we flash at them and it changes their memory?
Yeah, wrong
Nice.
franchise.
Wrong show, wrong movie. Yep. The flashy thingy.
But in short, yes, you were able to save the crew for the most part. There were a few Andorians who suffered in attempts to try to get them to connect to the communion, but
Rest in
for the
peace,
most
brothers.
part, yeah. Minimum casualties saved. You do have a Klingon hostage who will probably be traded back to the Empire in exchange for a Federation officer at some point.
When he's in the brig, I wait for him to come to become conscious, and I'm just sitting in there staring.
He stares right back at you.
Nice.
And I think that's where the episode would end.
Yeah, probably.
This is right
Well,
there.
usually on the old Star Trek fashion, everybody had to be sitting in the bridge having a little. Well, that was a good. That was a little thing. Well, what happened?
Laughing
next?
at the
No,
credits roll.
at this point, we're all drinking illegal Romulan wine.
Romulan ale?
It's,
Romulan ale in the
yeah,
cargo
it's
bag.
really super blue.
The
because
tribbles
of it,
will be no
that's a thing
tribble
you
at
do.
all.
As a
The
maverick.
tribbles will be no tribble at
I've got
all.
a hook
Sorry,
up.
Captain.
I'm gonna just say it. Are we done, Jamie?
officially, the episode is over.
This was fun.
Crew.
Did you guys enjoy it
It
then?
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I
yes.
did.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really fun.
Well,
I never have an appreciation for playing remotely. I always prefer to be at the table.
Yeah.
To me, that's part of the tabletop experience. Getting together with your friends, everybody brings snacks, all that stuff that we did when we were in middle school, kind of shit. Whether we were playing D&D or whether we were playing RuneQuest or Cyberpunk or whatever, part of the experience is getting around the table. However, if we were getting around the table, we wouldn't have been able to play with JC.
that's true.
It saves time on commute because
Yeah.
that's a hell of a long flight, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's cold.
Yeah, I
It's
can't.
Tokyo.
Nobody can get in or out of Japan. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm with you there.
Oh, you've got one of those kind of
Japan
government.
right now, you would fail.
And customs
Yeah.
sucks. Customs
But
in Japan.
this
Y'all made
this
this
was a
very
lot of
engaging.
fun. I hope we can do more of this. Maybe not necessarily with this particular game, but with other games as well. I would love
Yeah.
to do this with like RuneQuest. I wouldn't want to do it with my Traveler game because, again, part of the joy that I get from the tabletop side of things is that getting together around the table. However,
Sure.
if we were to do something every Friday or every other Friday where we're either trying something new or maybe we're doing a longer campaign with a different game system, I think that would be really
And
cool.
I'm considering. Just so that you guys know, I went ahead and upgraded StreamYard. So I'm now on their big plan, like well,
Okay.
not their biggest plan, but a big plan enough that we can do like this
Right.
indefinitely,
Nice.
Okay.
as opposed to limited, which means we can also have more players if we want to do that. I do want to do the Star Trek game, this system, one more time because again, the designer. So to those who didn't get this, Michael Scott, the designer of this game, was supposed to be here tonight, but there was a scheduling issue. He thought we were playing on Thursday night, which unfortunately Friday night is his game night.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have canceled at the last minute, and that's always one of my pet peeves. So I understand that. However, he doesn't game Thursday nights, so it wouldn't be much for me to say, you know what, let's forgo RuneQuest for a night and do this instead this way. So that's a very real possibility. The downside of that, unfortunately, is Mr. Sagawa. I know, being a teacher, Thursday or Friday mornings may not be an easy time for you to join.
No, actually, the last 2 weeks it would have been possible, but not starting next week. So
Jimmy doesn't have very good timing, I'm afraid.
yeah.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm going to sign off.
Carter,
But-
thanks, sir.
It was a pleasure, y'all. I had a great time.
Yep.
Take care.
Good to see you.
Take care. And yeah, I'm glad that everyone had a good time. And again, I think
Sure.
we're going to do this again sometime, boys and girls, as
Yeah,
long as
okay.
you're all on board.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Well, live long
Bye,
and prosper.
everybody.
Live long and prosper.
Long and prosper.
Live long and prosper, everyone. Oh, no, I gotta get in the camera.
Nanu,
There we go.
nanu.
Live long and prosper. There we go.
Take care.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
And the broadcast is over.
Trying to hit-
All right. Have to believe we are meant.